Welcome, kings and queens, to another episode of Unapologetic, your number one podcast. This is the show where kings and queens tell their legacies and on. So get ready for the gems to drop and pull up to the table because we're ready. Was able to literally be at the gala. I had to watch it via Zoom. I think it was Zoom or virtual. Somebody. And it was like crazy. How many people were there for it?
Oh my goodness, we were sold out weeks before the event. That was crazy.
Yeah.
So we had about 160 people total.
It looked like it was about 300 to 400 people in that area, man. I was like, oh
crazy.
My God.
There were so many competing events that night as well. And it was like towards the end of gala season because it was in November. So
okay.
This is some people 10th, 12th, 15th gala, and they still stayed till the end and really supported our launch into community. So this year's November 9, 15:30. Tickets will be on sale in a few weeks, and sponsorship opportunities will be available as well.
Okay.
People who want to support the organization.
Man, that for sure. Y'all hear it, man. Do that ASAP. I got a few more questions for you. I know we've been talking, girl, but you've been killing it. What is the? Let me rephrase that because you're gonna tear that question apart. I gotta be 100% with you. You're gonna tear that question apart. So, what's new for this year for the AQUME Enterprise?
All right, so. For AQUME Enterprises, we're really focusing most of our efforts on AQUME Foundation right now. So that's the main focus. Okay. So for those who are unfamiliar with his question, AQUME Enterprises is the umbrella organization, and then we have several organizations under it that are just trying to do some great things in community. So right now, most of our focus, manpower, and resources is definitely the foundation. We want to get up 2 programs that are really near and dear to my heart. So Philanthropy Looks Like Me tagline turned into Philanthropy Looks Like Me social enterprise program, where we're bringing in some high school youth and teaching them how to start a business plan, how to budget, helping them create a little business off the ground for the summer. We're funding it for them through a little loan that requires nothing from them. They make their money. They pay themselves, they pay us back, and then they take a portion of those profits and they all pull together and say, this is the nonprofit we want to go support. And we're going to take a big check over there and show these kids, like, not only did you take care of yourself as an entrepreneur, but you turned around and you were giving and you took care of your community as well. Yep. We are trying to change the way people think about money and giving. And what better way than to reach our youth and help them as they're shaping their schema. So Philanthropy Looks Like Me.
Girl, you need to hire me. Hire me. I'm not a suit. I got my cape yet, but I can do something.
So that's one of them. And then the other program that I'm literally working with my lawyer friend that I mentioned earlier, we are doing the Estates and Wills program, because when we think about generational wealth and we think about how it's passed down, a lot of that is done through estate planning. We're living through, as we speak, one of the largest transfers of generational wealth through estate planning that our nation's history has ever seen. And when we think about the percentages from communities of color, Black folks, less than 30%, Hispanic folks, less than 30%. And that is with an intentional push over the last few years to get us more heavily into that space. Now, no shade on any organization, but if we wait until someone is in their 70s or 80s to get their estate plans and stuff going, we've missed so much opportunity. We have to normalize these conversations from birth. We have to start getting these things done now and having conversations about, what does my will look like? What do I want to see? How am I planning and funding things? GoFundMe is not a funeral strategy. It hurts my soul every time I see our community have to lead with that. Wow, we have to be more intentional, right? So we're really teaching our people, what is a will? What is a trust? What is medical power of attorney for when you get sick? What is like what are all of those things that you need? And we are offering a program where we provide free estate plans that have all of those things together as needed for that person to the BIPOC community. So our goal is going to be to hit 50 folks and just keep going and going until we can see positive change in those numbers of the amount of people of color who have estate plans in order. And when you think about it, when you have your business, you have inventory, you have like intellectual property and all of these things. So yes, it's a nuanced conversation because when we talk about communities of color, we talk about a lot of the lack of wealth and how we're going backwards in some ways. But we also have to recognize that that's not every Black community. So how can we lift up and pull our people along while also supporting our folks who are ready and willing and need this stuff and get them in place? There's so much distrust. You have the most professional people of color that you could think of, and it boggles the mind that they don't have an estate plan.
Yeah.
And people are like, what? I didn't know. We're not being taught these things. So
wow.
those programs, those are my baby programs. We really want to get that going this year.
Where do I sign up?
I'll let you know, and you can help
Where
me
do I sign up? Man, I've learned so much. Thank you so much for what you have been doing in the community, not just in yours, but it ricochets throughout the entire country. I feel like when individuals like yourself and others show us how it's done, when you're wholeheartedly putting, your soul into it, and not just doing it for showmanship or political gain or anything like that. Because that now in our society, we see that so much. Most people try to say, well, I'll stay out of politics. You can't. Politics, I learned that politics and was told that politics is everything and everywhere. We can't not outrun it. And that's absolutely true. Having a piece of bubble gum is part of politics.
Amen.
They have to pass the law for you to actually get it in the country. So it's like
you gotta see, he got it.
Hey, look, I've been reading, man, and my viewers been making sure I keep on my toes. Thank you all for the comments. Y'all, I learned from y'all as well. But this is going to not only, I feel like this is not just the beginning of the healing process for us, but for the entire planet. We all need this at this moment, because I feel like we're at a critical time right now.
Very much.
Inflation, wars, it's like history is just repeating itself all over again. And so I feel like that you yourself is helping putting a plan in place, a preventative plan to help guide us through these tough times, because it's going to happen again. I wholeheartedly know it's going to happen again. But what plans do we have in place to help prevent this, is how I'm thinking now, especially as an entrepreneur and as a business owner. And so I see that now, and more when I have conversations with people like yourself that think so abroad, man. If the mind was based off the imagination, people have some big heads out in this world. People have some huge brains.
Oh, my head big enough. Don't say that.
But all in a nutshell, I want to say thank you for coming on to the show. I did not know that you had so many businesses like that. I knew about the AQUME Foundation and AQUME Law Firm, but I didn't know about AQUME Properties, and I can't even talk, y'all. I'm so excited right now. And all the hard work you've been doing in the community. I want to say thank you for coming on to the show. You have blessed us with so many gems, and we appreciate you. You're a part of the family now.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate the platform, and I appreciate what you're doing. And any way I can help, please reach out to me or one of the AQUME Foundation team. We got you.
Oh, man, see, I love that. Service while you're working. I love it. Man, thank you all for joining us too, man. This has been one of my best conversations in a while, man. Not knocking all my other clients. I love y'all too, but this one was it really hit the heart and home for me. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to Unapologetic #1 podcast. We want to be number one. We're not the typical platform. I know everybody doing a relationship thing, and we need that. Don't get me wrong. We need to have that social interaction, but we need to talk about business too. We need to be about our business. And I thank you all for sticking with us. And make sure you share and subscribe to the channel. As of course, you already know, the descriptions will be at the bottom of the video. All the information from Ms. Adkins' business ventures and information that is going to help you guys, whether you need it or not, pass it on to a friend, family, or friend. The more the merrier. And so we're going to continue to be unapologetic. Thank you all for tuning in. And Ms. Adkins, continue to do what you do. Please don't stop. If you need any support, Unapologetic is here to help. We're the Black media business that we strive for greatness. So we appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to be here.
All right, y'all. See y'all next time.